And we are live. What's good, everybody? It's your man, DL Saint. Welcome to the I Really Want to Know podcast. Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday. I'm glad you guys are here. We got a good one, man. We got a good one today. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I'm eager to get started. I am so pleased to have this brother on the platform. I got so many questions for him. As y'all can see from the thumbnail, man, we were both military. I found a picture with him in his leg hat, so I had to use it. I had my beret on, of course. We were both in training phases. It's funny, but yeah, man, fuck it. I don't even know what else to say, man. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Mandrell's in the house, yo. Make some noise, make some noise, make some noise. You know what I mean? And that's just a regular clap, but for real though, because this man right here is Green Beret Special Forces, that's what we get for that. Who, welcome, brother. How you feeling?
Feeling good. Feeling good. How about yourself?
Oh man, I could complain, but ain't nobody listening, so right. Whatever.
For the record, that was my basic training photo.
I know it was. You in the basic training? You were PV too.
Yeah. You there. It's like day 3. And they just rush everybody into a room, throw a top and a head on for them, and then you just sit here, click,
right,
next,
click.
It's like
right,
and no pose, nothing. It's just sit here, click, next.
Confused as hell, like you don't even look at the pictures. Like, what the fuck is going on? Click. All right, get up, move, let's go, hurry up, get over here. And you know where mine was? Mine was day 3 at airborne school. They run everybody through to take those pictures first, and then they get you sorted into the barracks.
We didn't take pictures ever. We took one group picture at airborne school, and it's like, yeah, you can buy one, and we'll send it to your command. It's like, I don't even know where that's going to be. At that point, when I was in airborne school, I'm like, I don't even know where that's. I don't want to brag. I know that. But that was it. Didn't know where I was going.
That was it. I went out. Yeah. So we'll start from the beginning. We're getting ahead of ourselves though. But I saw that picture. Like, I know I still got mine, and I was able to clip those two onto that thumbnail, man. So I hope you enjoyed that thumbnail, bro.
Yeah,
like,
I did.
And we were fucking young, man. We were babies, bro.
Seriously.
Babies, man. So do me a favor, man. Tell everybody who you are, man. Like, what your deal is. What your mission is these days. Only the non-classified stuff, please. And let everybody know who you are, brother.
Yeah, I go by the name Mandrell211 here on YouTube. I do a show called Unapologetic with Mandrell and Shushu. Shushu is my sister, and we do a show on Wednesday nights, 8:30 p.m. Central Time. And we talk about various different topics. Once in a blue moon, we hit something that's kind of red pill. But for the most part, we talk about other stuff. You know what I mean? Could be health, could be inflation, anything. And we take requests. What you want to hear us talk about? You know what I mean? We do research and give you data that you don't normally find on the news or any other outlets. We try to give you different data than you hear on mainstream media. So that's what I'm doing here on YouTube. My mission is to educate people and give them a different perspective, a full perspective, because there's a lot of people out here claiming to be gurus and teachers and all that, but it's a lot of lost people leading lost people,
Yes, sir. I agree 100%. Thanks for that, man. Queen Smiley _rules. Welcome. It's the first time I seen you. Thank you so much for coming. I'm assuming this is probably some of your people, Mandrell.
Yeah, Queen Smiley is one of my people.
That's what's up. Welcome to the show, love. I'm so glad you're here. So happy to have you. So we want to get into the Mandrell origin story is what we're going to get into. Like, my people know my background. You see it on the wall behind me. I was a paratrooper. I was at Fort Bragg, North Carolina for the majority of my my time in the military. Only time I wasn't at Fort Bragg is I spent a little time in Korea, and of course I spent time downrange in Desert Storm. But for the rest of that, I was right there at Fort Bragg. Before we get into it, when you were there, did they still have that board up in division? If we can go 82 days without somebody dying, we get a holiday.
Yeah,
it was still there when you was there.
Still there. Yep. If you go so many days,
82.
Without a death, then. Yeah, because at 82nd. With 82 days without a death, then everyone gets a holiday.
Everybody gets a day off.
Never made it.
We had one. I can remember one. We actually got there. And people, this was during peacetime. I was telling folks, y'all don't understand what it takes what it takes to protect this country. It is lethal in the airborne army during peacetime.
Yeah. Yeah, they had the board up, and it goes 7 days. Like, oh, man, we're on our way. Boom, zero.
Right
back to zero.
Right.
3 days. You see 3 days. Boom, zero. And it's like, yo, really? And then it stays zero for like 3 weeks. And then you get 1 day, and then it's back to zero. That thing was a trip, man.
Man, no, I'm like, no one can stay alive for 82 days. Right. We can't go 82 days without somebody dying. Hey, that's that airborne army.
Exactly. Stuff happens all the time, man. Like, I remember. Yeah, because stay airborne qualified, you have to jump every so often, right? I think
3 months,
like once a quarter. Yeah, once a quarter. So,
yep.
There's one that before we shipped out, right, to go on deployment, they had us do a night drop. And it's one of those things where we just jumped on a C-17 with an airborne up that was already going on, right? So it's like, yeah, it's instead of ordering a Chinook, because we normally jumped out of Chinooks, which is a much more comfortable jump, unlike you. You see you can have your 130s. I don't like the 130s.
Yeah, I never jumped to C-17. They were just coming online when I got out. I was C-130, C-141s. I missed the C-5 blast, like my dudes did a C-5 jump. I missed that. And Blackhawks. Yeah,
yep.
I never
C-5 Galaxy.
Yep, I never got to jump it, but some dudes in my unit did. They were like, "Oh man, it was because it was like it was great. It was Hollywood. They didn't let them bring no equipment. It was just a good old time."
That's a comfortable jump. I'll tell you the most crazy one is the Black Hawk jump. Jumping out of a Black Hawk is weird because you have to sit on the side, with your feet dangling off the aircraft, right?
Yep.
So you're up, but here's the thing: they have this strap in front of you, but the G forces keep you inside the craft. It's weird because the thing that will bank this way, and you're sitting there leaning forward. You're like, look at this, I'm still in here. You know what I'm saying? You can swing your feet and everything. It's the weirdest thing, right? But then when it's time to jump, you have the 5-foot extension. So then you still have to lean forward with your hand on your reserve. So they just pop you in the back of the head. He slides out. He slides out. He slides out. And you get popped in the back of the head, right? Hard. So I don't think they do that on purpose.
Yeah, they do.
I don't think they actually need to hit you in the head.
No. They can just go, they don't have to, they just say go. We're already programmed to go. It's like, go.
Right. It's a longer descent, though, before you feel the initial shock. And plus, it's like, when I did it, I was leaning forward, and I think I leaned forward too much, and I ended up going just like this, head first.
Bro.
And then the static line pulled the chute out, and I had a huge shock. My neck
just whipped you around.
Yeah, it did. My neck was hurting for like a couple of days after that.
Yeah, because it's probably hyperextended, bro. Probably did something to your spine. It's probably still messed up.
My spine is messed up.
That's the jump it happened on.
It's fun, man. I mean, I got to tell you, I really do appreciate my time because I got to do stuff you only see. Number one, you only see in movies, things that people only hear about. I actually got to see and do in real life. Some extremely, and the person I became, you get to know yourself during that experience.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I said, you're a real life G.I. Joe, bro. I watched that shit on cartoons. That's what you did. You're a real life G.I. Joe.
Yeah, actually, it's crazy. Like,
and so was I. Like I was a real life G.I. Joe. I was a paratrooper. We had our berets and our shiny jump boots. And the one thing about being airborne, the one thing about being a paratrooper is you're expected to succeed. You're expected to get the mission done. You're expected to be the best. If you're wearing those wings, right, you have that airborne tab over your unit, right? Especially if you got a patch on your right shoulder. Back then we had the patches on. A right patch indicates that's the unit you went to war with. You are expected to be the best. You are expected to get the mission done. You are better than all the other troops. And that's entry level, y'all. That's just being airborne. That's like being fry. That's the fry guy. That's just on fries. You know what I mean? This man right here, he making the sandwiches. He making the pizza. He's all the way certified. Just Green Beret. You know what I mean? That's top of it. That's it. That's tip of the spear.
And I gotta tell you this, it wasn't what I expected. Like I didn't know what to expect at first. You know what I mean? But it was it was one of those things like where you're kind of afraid to do it because you're not sure if you're gonna do it. But if you want to do it, like I wanted to do it because it was right after airborne school, right? There's a guy from the Rangers with a tan beret on, and another guy with a green beret. He said, the guy with tan beret. Anybody want to go to RIP? Anybody want to volunteer for RIP? You know. So some guys said, yeah, we'll go. Anybody?
And for y'all out there, RIP is Ranger Indoctrination Program.
Right. I don't know. It's called something else now.
Yeah, some with an S, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, but now it's called RIP. But when I was there,
RAS. It's called RAS now, I think.
Oh, okay. But yeah, when I was in, it was called RIP. But and the other guy was there. He's like, anybody want to volunteer for SF selection? Because I was thinking about going to RIP. Well, it's Rangers. Yeah, well, I guess why not? And so when the guy came, I was thinking about it. Then the beret came. He was like, anybody want to volunteer for SF selection? Special Forces selection? Yeah. I said, okay. What happens if we go and we don't make it? What happens to our career? Like, where are we going to end up then? He said, you come back here, you end up right back on your original career path. So we really ain't got nothing to lose. Why not try out? So me and like 4 other guys, we said, yeah, we'll do it. And he said, okay, come with me. We went in, signed some paperwork. Turned out they were waivers. Didn't know it at the time. And away we went. Like, that was the first thing we did, sign waivers. And we didn't know at the time, but that was the first thing they made us do.
Because y'all babies, like, what's this? Oh, don't worry about it, just sign that. Okay.
Right. He said,
Clear, Sergeant.
We did ask, and he said, just something to get the process going. That was the answer he gave us.
So what does that mean? Oh, that means when you die, it's okay. Because you understood exactly. You're about to go die. Sign this waiver. Brother Roz is in the house. What's good, bro? How you feeling, man? Good to see you. Showing that support. Brother Roz, peace, fellas. Just for fun, may you give us the Mount Rushmore top 4 of all the special forces in the military branches, man. I'll let you name your 4, then I'll name mine if you want to go first there, Brother Mandrill.
Oh, top Delta Force. Hands down. Even we didn't know we're not even telling you. I worked with them.
How could you? They don't exist. Oh man, brother Mandrell froze on us. He'll be back when he unfreezes. He'll be back. So Delta Force. Okay, you're back now.
Delta Force #1. I don't know what's going on my internet. I'm sorry. It is raining here, storming, so that might have something.
That's all good.
But Delta Force. Then there's the Green Berets, right? Then it's the tie between Army Rangers and the SEALs. They got 2 different missions though, but they're on the same tier.
Okay.
Yeah, they got 2 different missions. SEALs, they operate in a smaller team, in and out, clean, done. Rangers, a lot of them. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, you don't beat that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? You can't beat that.
Right.
So
okay.
So I'd say because they're a smaller team, I give it to the SEALs. Then the Rangers.
So you're saying Delta, Army Special Forces, which are Green Berets, SEALs, U.S. Navy SEALs, and then the Army Rangers.
Yeah.
And we're talking about scrolls. We're not talking about the school. We're talking about the real deal Army Rangers. Okay, that's your top 4. That's your Mount Rushmore. So my Mount Rushmore would be they don't have a name, but there's an entity above Delta. Those guys, right? Those are the real ghosts out there. They don't have a name, but there is an entity out there that draws from all the different forces, and they do things.
Yeah. The thing is, I know exactly what you're talking about. Work with them.
Yeah, those guys are them dudes. Like, so whoever they are, that's the top, and they draw from all branches.
They do.
They come get you. You don't even know. They come and get you.
Exactly. They in fact, we're in South America. We work.
No. We ain't gonna talk about that.
Gotcha. Yeah.
We ain't gonna talk about that.
You're right. But you're absolutely right. Yeah.
Those guys.
Right. Yeah.
Those guys. So there's those guys. I put first. That's my number 1. I would go with Delta as my number 2. Then I got to go with Navy SEALs, even though, like you said, like the way you put the SEALs and Rangers on the same tier, I put Green Berets and SEALs on the same tier. The mission is slightly different. And then I will round it up with Green Berets. The thing about the U.S. Army Green Berets, those guys are extremely intelligent. Those men go in 12-man team, and they live with people, and they train forces. That's their job. They go in, they create an army from the people, and that is really difficult. Like when you talk about completely on your own, no support, that's what Green Berets practice to do. I only reason I put SEALs above y'all, brother, I mean, there's no disrespect, but the only reason I put them above y'all, I just put them above y'all because of the type of missions they get and to be able to get in and get out the way that they do. They don't go in and build up armies. They don't work with anybody else. They are ghosts. They go in, they do their thing, and they leave. And then honorable mention, I would say, I mean, you guys are ghosts too, but you train people.
Well, the thing is, that might be your mission. You might be doing that for 6 months, right? See, that's the stuff you know about.
Exactly.
And the thing is with I tell people this to give people perspective. It takes about 10 months, 11 months, give or take, to create a Navy SEAL from start to finish, right? It takes 2 years to create a Green Beret.
That's true.
We can do what the SEALs do, and we often do, and a whole lot more. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Like, think about it for a minute. You know,
depends on the mission.
It depends because your mission can change all of a sudden. Blink of an eye, you got to do something completely different, and you got to be on the other side of the planet. You know what I'm saying? Like, and doing something completely different than what you're doing now. You're teaching people building an army here. Next time, all of a sudden, you got to go and handle some diplomatic matter in Zimbabwe.
Yeah, you got to go extract their president or some shit like that.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Or sit there and negotiate with some captains of industry in some retarded fucking country. You know what I'm saying? And it's just your mission changes, hop and pop.
But and
get in and out, the whole in and out ghost thing. Yeah. Do that too. Yeah.
Do that too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go sneak and peek. Go. So they do the same things. It just at some point it comes down to, like you said, like, which one do I go with? And you know, I made my lot. You know what I mean?
Depends on which one, really, because we can do the same thing. So
you do the same thing.
Like for you, it's like, just which one do you want to send on that mission? Like the whole Osama bin Laden thing.
No. Take it back even further. Let's look at Panama. Panama is the perfect example of the wrong mission going to the wrong organization. The Navy SEALs were tasked with the mission to get Noriega's to take out his Learjet, right? That was a Ranger mission. That was a Ranger or a MARSOC mission. That was not a Navy SEAL slant Green Beret mission. You know what I mean? Right. To go into an airfield and blow up an airplane. That's not what we train those men to do. But they got the mission.
I mean, we can, but it's like, is that the best tool for the job though? So you're right. Is that the best tool for the job? And Green Berets are kind of trained to do everything. We're able to do what a Ranger battalion can do all by ourselves, and we're only 12 people.
Right.
12 men. We're expected to be able to do whatever the SEALs do. See, the reason why SEALs are so popular is because you need a face with certain things. You know what I mean?
It's the brand. It's the brand, bro. It's right. SEAL 6. Right. Come on, Richard Marchenko. That's why. You know what I mean?
Exactly. They're just more popular. But the thing is, like, when they went and got bin Laden, like, I told my sister where bin Laden was in 2006.
But Delta was on that mission too. I mean, the SEALs Delta was on that mission.
Right. They took credit, but and that's the thing. It's not really about taking credit. It's just people don't understand. They think there are other countries that can mess with us. It's like, y'all just don't know. Y'all
just don't know. So that would be my Mount. That would be my Mount Rushmore. Like, those 4.
Yeah, it's like we're already there. You don't understand.
Yeah. They don't get that.
They'll never get that shit off the ground. We're already there as we speak. Whoever has static with us, we're there now.
Right now.
You know?
Not now. Right now.
Right, exactly.
Right now. Yeah, so and they're all hardcore.
I like your list.
But I gotta add. I mean, Brother Roz asked for 4. I gotta put a 5th in there. I gotta give honorable mention to MARSOC Marines and the Rangers. I think you can't, you got to throw them in there. And there's no shade to the Air Force because they're PJs, their PJ guys and their combat controllers. There's no shade to them. They're also outstanding, operators. But the MARSOC Marines, which used to be the Marine Raiders and the Rangers, the scrolled out Rangers. Those guys are super hardcore. So, yeah, thanks for that, brother. I see so many people jumping in. I appreciate it. But Brother Ross had one other question, and I'm going to answer it first, and then I'll let you answer it. In other words, when all you are chopping it up, talking smack, which one is undoubtedly the dog? When you're talking about the two of us, this man right here is the big dog, all right? I'm airborne. I'm hua. I'm hardcore. I've done my shit. But this man right here, nah, I got to bow down to this guy. Now, so I'll ask now that question to you. And, who's the big dog when all the shit talking is done? Who's the big dog?
Well, when it comes to us, we the organization you talked about, you mentioned them. I don't ever.
Hey, they don't exist. I don't ever. I mention ghosts all the time, man. They don't exist. You know what I'm saying?
I don't ever mention. When it comes to that, like,
yeah, you know what? Hands down, yeah, you're right. It's them.
Yeah,
it's them.
Yeah, because the thing is, I put them, Delta, and Berets in the same category because we're the ones they poach from. Especially if you're Delta. Delta, you know what I'm saying? Like, we operate in 12-man teams. They might get 4. You know what I'm saying? Delta's no joke. You know what I mean? That's ridiculous. I don't know anything. I don't know much about it. And I've been on the Delta compound.
It doesn't exist, but I can show you where it is.
I can tell you right there. I can tell you right. I can take it right
tell
there.
You where it is.
I still remember how to get there, but it's like I don't know what they do.
So, and here's the thing, people. And I just want to say this, and we're gonna move on a little bit. I'll hit the chats real quick, and we'll get back to the conversation. Here's the thing. Like I said, I'm the dude on fries, right? I'm entry level. Airborne is just entry level. Anybody, all branches. If you got some wings, you went to Fort Benning to get them. There's the only place you can get them, right? Mm-hmm. Airborne school is airborne school. The heritage and the honor of wearing those wings and earning those wings is one thing. Entry level.
Did you get blood wings?
Hey, when nobody tough enough to really try to blood me up until I got to my unit, then some of my people got my ass. But so here's the thing. And people blood wings is you take the backings off the wings and then you punch them in and they go all the way in. You basically stabbing somebody with your wings,
they did us in airborne school. Didn't tell us anything. They just pinned you on it.
That's it, and it's an honor.
Smacked me, and it stuck in my skin. Like I had to pull it, and it was like my shirt was still stuck in my skin. Bloop. And it went bloop. And I was like, "Yo, okay."
And you better not make a sound. You to make a sound, you take them rings right off your damn chest. Right. You better not make a sound. So that's just some inside stuff. That's part of the heritage. That's part of the honor. But what I'm trying to get at is that Brother Mandrell is at a level that the level above him really doesn't exist. And the level above that, no one even knows about. So just think about it. He is one level away from being a ghost. So when you ask me, Brother Roz, which one is the real dog? This one right here. He is one level away from being a ghost. Me, I would have to go to Ranger school or somehow go through RAS. Then I would have to go through selection, become a green, try to get in the Green Beret, become a Green Beret just to get where he is. I got to go to 2, maybe 3 levels, but he's one level away from not even existing anymore. You know what I mean? So that's all I'm saying. That's why. That's why he gets the horn. That's why he gets the horn. You know what I'm saying?
Now that I'm out, in other than in the Army, I've only met one former Delta operator in life. One. That's it. That's how few there are, man. Those guys normally don't live long. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's one of those things where you join and full well you're probably not coming back.
Yeah, those are the kind of missions you're getting, and those are the kind of missions you want. Tia Kiki's in the house. What's good, love? Thank you so much for the love. We got Candace M in the house. I see my red pill ladies in the house. Fresh and Fit World up in here. Oh, The very lovely Victoria's in the house. Hola, baby, como estás? You know what I mean? Thank you for coming. That's right, man. Uncle Sam got people in Colombia, but so does Brother Mandrell. in Nicaragua, in Honduras, and in other countries I can't name. But welcome, love. Thank you so much. Yeah, Sister Tia, yeah, she's saying Delta rescued SEAL Marcus Luttrell, right? Did the Delta Force rescue the SEAL Marcus Luttrell? I'm not sure about that mission.
I'm not sure about that either.
I'm not sure about. Here's the thing about Delta Force, guys. We're not kidding when we say they don't exist, right? We're not kidding.
Yeah,
they don't.
There's no paperwork on them, and then when you see paperwork where they're involved in stuff, it's all redacted or left blank. It literally, there's no mention of them in paperwork. They just call it Delta Force just because.
And here's the thing. You know, and the thing about Navy SEALs, like we've read all the books, we've seen all the movies and this and that, and like you hear all the stories, you know, about SEAL stuff. Tell me one story about a special forces, a Green Beret mission. You can't find them. Green Berets don't talk. You can't find them. They're not out there monetizing. They're doing the country's work. They're doing what they got to do. Green Berets don't talk. And it's like Brother Mandrell says, they're going to be Delta. You're certainly not going to find a Delta operator telling you about any mission he's been on. He'll just smile, drink his drink, and walk away.
Like the one I met, I told you came across, you know, and never talked about any missions. We just chopped it up, talked, you know, we talked about something completely different. Didn't even talk about the Army. You know what I'm saying? It was crazy. Like, and it was just a naturally flowing conversation.
Yeah. How about them Lakers? He'll be like, how about them Lakers? Like, no, let's get back to that mission. I'm pretty sure I saw you there. Wasn't me.
Exactly. What mission?
You know what I mean? Brother Rogers, Sir Mandrell, when were you training? When you were training for Green Berets, were you as muscular as you are now, or did you lose a lot of weight? I'm fascinated by people who push themselves to that level. And Brother Mandrell, when you answer that question, roll right into selection and what that was like.
Well, I mean, I was always muscular because I was athletic. You know what I mean? I was an athlete, so I was always muscular. But this muscular, no, I wasn't this muscular. So this came after selection and continued training after selection. You know what I mean? And so selection is the tryouts for special forces, right? Delta Force has a selection process. Green Berets have a selection process. So do, I think, Force Recon in the Marines and
Army Alert guys.
Right, Army Alert guys. Navy, I think they have BUDS. I think that's what BUDS is for. For
basic underwater demolition. I think it's what's basic underwater demolition for BUDS.
Yeah, for that's for the Navy SEALs. But selection, at that time, it's 2 weeks. Nowadays, it's 3 weeks. But I got to tell you that. Don't let you eat. Don't let you sleep. I mean, we slept no longer than 4 hours at a time if we got to sleep. You know, we didn't eat a whole lot. And we lost a ton of weight. In those 2 weeks, I'll tell you this, I lost 15 pounds in 2 weeks.
Damn. Looks like you found it, though, bro.
Yeah. That's why I was telling them. This came after selection. And it is ridiculous. They play mind games with you. They leave you hungry and tired, and they fuck with your head. That's what they do. And you have to hold tight. You have to hold it together as best you can. It's a big, long endurance test of mental endurance. That's what selection is. It's the tryouts. And the thing is, there are people who go through the entire process of selection and don't get selected.
Wow. Yeah, my buddy was just telling me that, Jay Swans, and he's in the chat right now. Jay Swans, what's good, bro? And, he had to sneak it in there. All love, but Rangers lead the way, brother. Yeah, whatever, man. Whatever. Rangers lead the way.
After we've already been there and left.
Ooh. Ooh. We're going to be talking some shit. Hey, before y'all leave here today, Because when you got military people together, before y'all leave here today, y'all gonna be asking this one question.
I didn't know they stacked shit that high.
Because that's how much shit we gonna be talking. They be running around like, I didn't know they stacked shit that high. But so selection, they know that physically you have what it takes, so you wouldn't even be there. They wouldn't even let you go to selection if you just like some roly-poly fat boy. You're not coming. So they know you can run.
No, they'll let you come.
But they know it, whatever. And here's one thing.
They know that day zero, he's not going to be here.
Right.
He'll be here. He won't be here in 5 hours. And that's
right.
That's day zero.
That's day zero. Like that's every year.
Zero, yeah. And
you might as well just start headed back to the barracks there, fat boy.
He's not going to be here.
And one thing too, Brother Raj, we're talking about like different styles of training techniques or whatever, like from the Rangers to the SEALs to the MARSOC Marines to whoever. Green Berets, when they train, they don't tell you what the standard is. They're just out there with a clock. So if you're doing a run or you're doing a hump, you know that a hump is like a ruck march or something like that, or whatever you're doing, you'll just be out there, you know, kind of coasting because you think you see the finish line. Let me go ahead and coast. Next thing you know, they're like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 time. That's it. Anybody else, y'all already out. If you haven't crossed. Like you, but wait a minute. The regs say this, man. Fuck them regs. This is us. Green Berets said this. So did they continue to push you like that, even all the way through selection?
Well, it's like you said. They don't tell you what the standard is. So, you know, they'll let you go through the whole thing. They won't tell you. They won't do it. For me, they didn't do a countdown. Nothing. If it was a run, it was a run.
Oh shit! You didn't even get the countdown?
Nope. They just let everybody go through the whole process. They never said a word to us about starting. They said start, and that was it.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? And if you were there for the time for chow, you were there. If you weren't, okay.
Wow.
Not a problem. Not a problem at all. Okay. It's all right. Go get something to eat. It's all right. Go get something to eat.
That's crazy as hell. Yeah, go down to the PX. Black Man Unfiltered's in the house. What's good, bro? Thanks for coming. I always appreciate it, man. I'll be watching y'all over there. Y'all be wilding the fuck out, bro. I'm not afraid to say it. I don't normally curse this early in the day, but boy, oh boy, y'all be wilding out over here.
Man, it's just fun, man.
But yeah, salute to y'all. Yeah, Miss. That's my favorite name. That's my favorite sailor right there, Miss Glow Girl. How you doing, love? Welcome, welcome.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like I said, it's again, DL. It was a mind game, and you're tired. You slept like 3 hours the night before. You said I tried it today, in my 40s. It doesn't work the same. You know, working off a small amount of sleep and stuff like that. It don't work like that no more, man.
Oh, bro, as my brother Jay Swans, man.
You gotta go to bed, man.
My brother Jay Swans is like, hey man, I got this gun safe if you want. I'm like, yeah, man. He brings it over. We got to carry it up a few flights of stairs, bro. And I had to take a pause. He's looking at me like, what's wrong with you? Like, bro, I'm 52, man. It's hot. You know what I mean? I didn't get my 12 hours of sleep. You lucky I'm able to even walk up these steps, let alone carry it that daggone safe.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? And it's just don't work that way no more, man. Like I was walking upstairs to get here yesterday, and I felt a twinge in my knee. And I was like, "What the hell is that?" You know what I'm saying? Like I've always, been like, in shape and healthy and all that. And I'm like, what's the knee pain about?
Bro,
I'm like, oh, it starts.
Wait till you hit your 50s, man. I'll be feeling fine. I'm just walking around. One day I was walking around and I came off a step. Not even a step, it was the curb. I came off the curb and it felt like my knee and leg kind of did this. They just kind of came apart and came back together again. Oh, I had nothing to hold on to. I'm like, I ain't gonna fall, bro. I can't be that old man just falling for no reason. But I was like, man, what just happened? That was not, the human body ain't supposed to move like that. So, but yeah, man. So, so you decided to go SF just because the opportunity arose. You're like, all right, I'll go. Why not?
Yeah, especially when they told me whatever you signed up to do, that's you go back to training to do. I was like, oh, why not then? I'm going to brag anyway. You know what I'm saying? And I was on a high. I was like, okay, I just passed airborne school. If I can pass this, I can do anything.
Yes.
I can pass anything. So Yeah, early 20s. You know what I'm saying? You're Superman.
Hell yeah, I'm gonna live forever.
Right.
I don't care. That was the thing. I'm gonna live forever. I'm airborne.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Man, if I'd have went through Green Beret, if they'd have gave me a Green Beret, oh my God. And then making Rangers wear brown berets, you know, that's George W. Bush's fault. The Rangers are still pissed about that. Rangers wear black. That's always been the thing. Rangers wear black until George Bush came along and took the black berets and gave it to all the legs.
That was George H. Bush, wasn't it?
Yeah, George H. Yeah. George W. No. That was George W. Bush. That was George. Yes, and it was W who took the black beret away from the Rangers. That was W. It wasn't. It wasn't Herbert Watchenbrook. No.
That's when they did that ruck march from Benning all the way to Washington, isn't it?
Yes. And all he got for that was blisters on his feet because they was like, whatever. He got all the way to DC. They gave him a tan beret. Here you go, there, Ranger.
Buy a plane ticket.
Yeah, we should have bought a plane ticket. We could have sent this to you. You walked all the way up here to get this tan beret. We could have sent this to you. But that's the one thing they should have gave all the legs to tan beret, and Rangers should have kept their black. I mean, Rangers wear black. That's always been the thing, and that was sad. But it is what it is. I guess they're used to it now. But yeah, man. Dude, yeah, Convo and Chill with Tommy B was like 40 don't care what shape you in. Yeah, if 40 doesn't care, 50.
40 yeah, I'm scared of 50, man. I like to work out and stuff too much. 50, I'm like, oh boy.
I'm telling you now, bro, you need to be scared of 50. 50 is kicking my ass. I ain't gonna lie to you. You know what I mean? 52, I'm like, bro, I don't know what I'm gonna do, man. You gotta eat right. You gotta go to sleep. Can't go drinking. Remember we used to be able to drink all night and then go run 5 miles?
Can't do that now.
Can't do that now. Oh, if I drink up,
you either gonna drink or you're gonna get up and go exercise.
Man, I'll drink all night and I gotta sleep all day. If I drink all night.
Exactly. Man.
See, I have to get you if I go drinking all night with you, man. I have to like get hang me an IV, a Gatorade, man, and just go ahead and mainline that right up in there because I'll be so dehydrated. You know what I mean? And Rob was like, "Yeah, man, that knee story." Yeah, you can relate it.
Wait, Queen Smiley had a good question.
Who's that?
Queen Smiley.
Queen.
Yeah,
man, she's like, I'm looking back on all of your assignments. Do you have a favorite assignment? If so, can we share it if it's not confidential? Yeah, you talking about a mission? Bro, you know, we talked about that pre-show, but hey, you're grown up, man. Right. Go ahead and do what you want to do.
I'll say South America was the most eventful. South America, I was in 7th group. So 7th Special Forces group. So South America was our AO anyway, right?
And AO is area of operation, people. You gotta learn some military terms. Take notes. Now it'll be a test at the end.
So that was the most eventful. That wasn't a training mission. We weren't building no armies. And we was there doing
real world.
Yeah, different work. You know what I'm saying? That's where everything was crazy. You were a ghost, then you were a diplomat, then you were a negotiator, then you were this, then you were that. That's what your mission. Hours in between one another, your mission would change. It was, you know what I'm saying, and we do it with no sweat. You could completely change the mission, drop of a dime. You know what I'm saying, and you were expected to succeed, like you said, and we did. So that's like I said, the fact that I was able to do that kind of stuff, I'm like, this is just me. I'm able to do this. I'm like, man, please, nobody. You'd be incredibly stupid to get into it with America in a fight.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't want to do that. And Queen also said that was George W. and I hated wearing them. And she's talking about those black berets. So sounds like your Army, you know, so thank you for your service. You know, thanks. Sounds like your Army. And if you were, I'm pretty sure you were a leg, but that's cool. We like legs. Legs are nice. Leg is a term we use in the Army as a non-airborne personnel because they're like, well, you have legs. Like, no, I don't. I was issued paratrooper landing apparatus, 2 each. I don't have any legs. Exactly. He took my legs. You know what I mean? And Jay Swan was like, I got my black one in 96. Still pissed about that tan shit. Right. Because, you know, he got through Ranger. Well, it was still black. It was still black. Now it's tan. And Convo and Chill with Tony B. I could name what you were. Oh, could you name what you were drinking the night before from that smell, man? You could name some of what I was drinking. A little bit of vodka, a little bit of tequila, some whiskey, probably some moonshine up in there because we, them country boys, they be having that homegrown.
Yeah, because we used to have a barracks, right? No one lived in them, but they still had to issue them to us, right? And we kept all kind of shit in those.
I bet y'all did.
We used barracks rooms for storage space because again, no one lived in them. You know what I'm saying? It was just storage. It was just storage for like TA50 that we ain't using or alcohol.
Or alcohol. TA50 people, that's what we call our equipment. You're going to get a lot of military acronyms. As Brother Mandrill gets more comfortable, it's going to start flying. Because he's going to start revert. We both going to start reverting like, man, let's go get our gear, man. Let's go back. There's one last mission. Like, nah, I'm too old for that. I'll break on impact. You know what I mean? And Sister T is saying, I recommend checking your testosterone levels. Not enough men get checked, and testosterone starts dropping early. Makes all the difference in your health. Thank you. And that's real talk, sister. But we're supermen, so our testosterone levels are so damn high. Exactly. But no, that's real talk, fellas. Y'all really should be doing that. Run the full battery of tests because that shit is real. He's like, yeah, like Brother Convos and that shit used to ooze through the pores at PT.
I was in airborne school, right? It was day one. Now I was so nervous. I was like, what the fuck am I doing here? Because, airborne school is a specialized school. And at that time, it was no joke. You know what I'm saying? It was no joke, right? So the first day, this dude had Ranger in his contract and the whole nine. He was going the full 9 yards from the get-go, right? Out the gate. Very promising career. He shows up the PT. Right? And that he has this look on his face. And of course the cadre see it. That alcohol. This dude showed up PT. I showed up the PT drunk. Okay, we were about to leave, right? We were about to deploy, but we had one last day, morning at PT, right? But this dude was gone. It looked like he just stopped drinking right before he came to PT.
Damn.
And it was long PT.
Ooh, he ain't gonna make it through that. Mm-mm. That's if they let you continue.
They kicked him right off.
People aren't smart, man. I never drank in training mode. If I was in training mode, I didn't drink. If I'm in some sort of school I'm learning, I didn't drink. Now, when we got back to the unit, we back we in the rear with the gear. Oh hell yeah. Let's get what you got. What you sipping on? Exactly. You know what I'm saying? But I took that shit serious, man. Speaking of airborne school, there's something I want to show you guys that we get a kick out of, right? Let's see. This right here is a video that Jay Swans actually sent me. This is a paratrooper at airborne school, probably on their first, they don't have their wings yet. So this is one of 5 jumps. I'm sure. I don't know where. I'm assuming because of what happened, it was the first jump. So just so you guys can see, and I'm going to keep it muted, but just so you guys can see what training to be a paratrooper is like. Right. This is just any old day that ends in Y. All right. And this is why it's hard to go 82 days in Fort Bragg, North Carolina without somebody dying. Check this out. And that's not how you do it. So that person just landed into a vehicle. So, Brother Mandrill, when you see that, what's the first thing that pops into your mind?
Like, that's your fault. You're supposed to slip away long before you got to that. You're supposed to slip away long before you got anywhere near that. I mean, we laugh at shit like that. Now, it's different when it's not your fault. There's one time, again, it was one of those, like I said, it's that same one. It was at night, and we jumped on to stay airborne qualified, you know what I'm saying? We just jumped on a airborne op that was already going, right? And they were doing door exit. It's supposed to tailgate. And then I'm sitting there like, damn, I halfway forgot how to do this shit. It was all tailgate jumps for us. You know what I'm saying? So, and halo jumps. So, because this is static line, I get my static line up there and we're going. They just went ahead and let us go first, right? So, since we were on there, so the first pass, they just gave it to us. And then they did, you can hear them, outboard personnel stand up, inboard personnel stand up, We get out,
Hook up. Yep.
yeah, hook up, and we hook up, and we're out of there. And then we land. And so on the second pass, you look up, and I just happen to notice. I look up, and it's just like I saw something just fly from underneath the vehicle, right, underneath the aircraft, right. And then next thing you know, an LT and a Colonel mid-air collision underneath the aircraft.
Oh man, this came out. This met at the bottom.
Yeah, they came out. They came out because this is why this was a stagger the launch, right? This door, that door, this door. But what happens on every jump you've ever been on? Do not rush the door. Don't rush the door. Everybody rushes the door. Everybody rushes the door. And this is why you don't do it. Now, it's different when it's something like that, right? And you get fucked up in midair. But that right there, come on, man.
Like, come on. Like, what are you doing? So when you guys heard Brother Mandrell say slip away. Like, what does slip away mean? So you have risers off the parachute, right? Those are the lines that keep you attached to the parachute that keeps you from dying, right? So there are 2 sets of risers on either side, right? 4 total. So you would pull up on a set of risers either side. It will cause the parachute to tilt and go a different direction. You can go left, you can go right, you can go forward, you go back. It's not like those guys who have the toggles that are out there doing that, those rectangle kind of parachute drop. No, it's very limited movement, but it's enough movement so you can stop from doing something like, flying into a fucking Jeep. So you have to slip away. If you see another parachute is coming at you, you got to slip away. There are rules to the sky. There's shit that they teach us. Right. So that person didn't pay attention. And that's what happens when you don't pay attention, man. It's one of the things they tell you in airborne schools when something goes wrong. Right. When you're on the jump, you're out there, your knees are in the breeze, so to speak. You go out that door, something goes wrong. You have the rest of your life to figure it out. That's how they train you in the United States Army Airborne.
Yeah, the rest of your life to figure it out because you ain't got much of it.
Hey. Time is going quick.
You ain't got much of it. Like there's people who I've landed in a person's canopy before. Like landed in the canopy and ran off that fucker, man.
And that's what you're supposed to do. I mean, because and here's the thing with that. That's real dangerous, right? Yeah. And Brother Mandrell knows it. When the jumper below has the right of way. Like I said, there are rules out there, right? We're not going to get into all the simple rules, but the jumper below has the right of way. Why? Because the jumper on top loses air. If you get on top of another parachute, there's no air for your parachute to catch to keep you floating. So your parachute rolls up.
Yeah.
It rolls up. And when it rolls up, guess what? Gravity got your ass. You're going that much faster. So when you see a jumper below you, you actually run off the canopy. That's how much air is in there. You know what I mean? Yeah, and you can just run off that bitch.
Yeah. And I was amazed because I've heard of that, you know what I'm saying? But first time it happened to me, you know what I'm saying? So I was able to actually get up and run on top of the canopy and jump off. You know what I'm saying? Another guy below me was freaking out. Get off!
Shit's fine. The guy below ain't gonna have a problem. It's the guy up top is gonna have a fucking problem.
I'm the one with the issue.
Right.
I'm the one that he's gonna move on.
Because if I'm the guy below, I'm screaming, you better hurry up. Because you get your shit fucked up. So, and I want to show you guys something real quick. Damn, I keep hitting the wrong button. It keeps making you go away. I want you in the picture too. There it is. I want to show you guys something real quick. This is an actual jump. 82nd Airborne Division over Fort Bragg. Probably jumping. I don't know what drop zone they're jumping. There's so many. But look how these guys are sitting, right? They're bored. They're flying around. They're all packed in. It's C-17. I never jumped this. I know Brother Mandrell did. Right? And you see that cord off his back here? This is a static line. That's what Brother Mandrell was talking about. This is what pulls your parachute out. These are jump commands. And these are the 2 up front are jump masters. They're telling everybody to stand up. Outboard personnel, stand up. Inboard personnel. Now they tell them to hook up. Check static lines. This is all the stuff that's going in here. And they're telling to check static line, check equipment. They're going to tell them to sound off with equipment check. All this shit goes on in every jump. I haven't jumped in over 30 years, and I still remember this shit. That's how well trained we are, people. Right? That little bite right there, you got to keep your elbow up. If that static line gets above your elbow, let's say it gets on your neck or something like that, all this skin is going to be gone. It'll rip the skin right off you.
And if it's on the wrong side, it'll take your head right off as soon as you jump out the aircraft.
Take your head right off. The jump master out there is checking the DZ, making sure it's good. He's checking the door. He or she is checking the door. That's making sure there's nothing there that's sharp that's going to cut your static line or cut into your equipment. Right? This was the best part of the C-130. I used to love this part right here. I used to put my hand out and just catch the wind. Right? And then they're staying there. They're waiting for that red light to go green. And just went, go. And out they go. They are jumping and they ain't coming back, y'all. That one dude fell out. That was weak.
Yeah, like he's going to have those twists in his risers.
He sure is.
Yeah, if you don't jump and you just fall out the aircraft, your risers get twisted. And then you have to do this. You have to grab them and then.
Yeah, pull them apart, ride the bicycle.
Yeah, pull them apart and kick your legs, yeah.
So that's what a jump looks like, people. You know what I mean? That's what a jump for the airborne guys. Now, Brother Mandrell also mentioned Halo. That's a completely type of different thing. That's a completely type of different ride.
Like a Halo jump over static line any day. Oh, man. I used to, that shit, that's the stuff that made me excited. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, we jump into countries with that. Like, seriously, into missions that way. And it's because, like, you're so high that you fly above radar, right? And then, so, like, you're too high for oxygen, so you have to wear an oxygen mask. You know what I mean? So it's a mask that covers your whole face like this. You give your oxygen tank here. And, of course, you have, like, the shield for your eyes. You know what I'm saying? And it's more like a helmet, like you see pilots in. I'm trying to find a good way to describe it, right? Kind of like that, but it's man, it's like you in like the lower areas, regions of space. Like it could be sun outside, but when you open up that tailgate, it's nighttime because
you can see you're so high you can see the curvature of the Earth.
Right, you clearly see the curvature of the Earth, and it's quiet, and you're falling at 200 miles an hour. Yes, people. I was falling towards Earth at 200 miles an hour.
And you wanted more.
Like that. There's nothing like that. Yes, you wanted more. There's nothing like that.
And I'm about to make Brother Mandrell's day. Ooh, look at what we got here. Look at that. Special Forces Ranger Airborne. That's what she looked like. That's the he wore. Right? And this is a training jump. These guys are learning still. I'm pretty sure you went through that. That's somewhere out west, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, out there in what was it, Arizona?
Yeah, I think it was in Arizona.
Yeah,
Yuma.
Arizona, so.
Right. So, and this is another course you have to pass as a Green Beret. You can't be a Green Beret if you can't do this shit. You got to pass this course. And this is like there's training because it's daytime. You know what I mean? Airborne guys, Green Beret guys, we don't go training in the daytime normally. Mm-hmm. We work at night.
It seems like they wait. Look at the altimeter he's got there. Yeah. I think there's a lot to learn in Halo School in a very short amount of time. There's a lot to learn there.
And they expect you to learn it. And again, if you don't learn it, that's it. You're gone. You're no longer SF. And you see these guys, they're getting ready. There's the mask that he's talking about. You got to wear your mask. They're not wearing all of the gear for a mission. Like when SF guys go on, or anybody goes into a mission, you're carrying everything you need on that mission. So all of the gear that they carry these days is probably classified. It probably can't even show you what they carry.
You sure can.
You know what I mean? Jumping NVGs just to practice with it, which I never thought about that. But yeah, I guess you got to be able to see. You're going to need some night vision, right? These guys are sitting there. So when you guys, where do you think they're jumping? About 20,000 feet, maybe a little higher for this jump?
Anywhere between 25 and 32, probably.
Look at that. Look at that, people.
Beautiful. And it's so quiet and calm and cool up there, man. You almost, man, look, if you have to make yourself pay attention because you're so, like, seriously, you're so enamored with the landscape and what's going on. Like, you forget to check your altimeter sometimes. I mean,
and you're probably sitting there, like, you get to a point because I've never jumped at that altitude, guys. I'm not going to lie to you. That's not some shit I wanted to do. But the people who I know who have jumped, they're just out there free falling and they're just, it's so peaceful. And you don't realize you're falling at 200 plus miles per hour. The ground is a lot closer than it looks.
It is. You know what I'm saying? I mean, look, man, that was one of the best experiences of life, doing halo jumps.
Yes. I mean, I've never done that, but had I re-enlisted, I probably would have gone that route. If I were going to re-enlist, I promised myself, if I'm a re-enlist, I'm gonna be a super duper hua guy. I gotta be the best of the best. Otherwise, it's not worth my time. So I definitely would have tried. You know what I mean? Jay Swans is saying, brag the Freaknik, then back by 6 a.m. straight to PT, smelling like Nana and Jen. Them days, them were the days, bro. Them were the days. And they could blame me for that. I'm the one that turned Jay Swans on to Freaknik and all that. Then I got out, and he had to represent once I was gone.
Brag the Freaknik and back. Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't do Freaknik no more.
Nah, they don't. I mean, I went to the first one that was like really hot, that was really popping. That was great. That was an experience. And after that, they started tightening down. And then after that, they did away with it. But yeah, bro. So like we talk about all this hua army stuff. We talk about the special forces life, bro. We talk about the missions, and we look back on that fondly. I'm the same way, bro. I love those missions I was on. I was extremely proud to be airborne, to be a soldier, to be an American warrior. But then we got out, right? And I know on one of your broadcasts you were talking about the transitioning, and I'm gonna leave that alone for a second. But what I wanted to talk about was the leadership qualities that we got from the military. How did that help you as you transitioned into like private life? What's your take on the leadership qualities? And the reason I bring it up, I got a show that's coming up. It's going to be called Men versus Males in America. I think that what's going on out here right now with the world and red pill, blue pill, and Democrat and conservative and MAGA and liberal and whatever. My personal take on this is there is a lack of leadership at every level. So what's your take on all that, bro?
I agree. There's a lack of leadership on every level. Wait, what was your original question?
The original question, like, so we picked up these leadership qualities in the military.
Yeah.
How did you use that into? Yeah,
okay. How did you translate on the outside? Number one, your ability to learn. For one, and two, you see things that other people don't. 3, you don't waste a lot of time trying to figure shit out and trying to figure out what's going on. No, here's a problem. All right, let's dissect the problem. Here are the things that made that problem. All right, let's fix this shit systematically. Well, why don't we skip this step? No, let's fix all of it so we don't have to come back to this.
And where did you learn that? And you learned that by being SF. It's like, we have to work the problem. We can't skip steps because that will jeopardize the mission.
Exactly. We're assertive. You know what I'm saying? We don't waste time. And we learn to enjoy and appreciate leisure time as leaders. You know what I'm saying? Instead of it, you can't have all work. You have to take a break every now and again too.
That's what's up. And I would ask you this, because you're a leader, does that mean you lead all the time, or are the best leaders able to follow?
Best leaders are able to follow. You have to learn how to follow first. You know what I'm saying? No one's a born leader. You have to learn how to lead. And what kind of leader you turn out to be depends on your influences. What kind of mentors did you have? What kind of leadership did you witness or observe during your tenure as an intern or apprentice or whatever the case may be? But good leaders follow, and we know when to follow and how. Because if you're in a room full of leaders understand. The leaders in that room are going to pick the person to take charge and delegate, and that's just so we can get the job done. No one's sitting there arguing, I should be in charge of this, I should be in charge of that. No, you, DL, okay, quarterback this thing for us. What do you think?
Right.
Look, here's what I think. Okay, and then you go to like Tommy B. Tommy B says, here's what I think. And you take all the suggestions, and you decide the best path to take going forward, because we chose you to lead. Leaders understand that. Yeah, you can't have a room full of Chiefs and no Indians. So you know what I'm saying? Somebody got to be the Indian. Somebody got to be the chief. The rest of them got to be Indians. Now let's get the job done.
We all understand the mission. Let's get it done.
Mm-hmm.
And because there's so many people out here, right? And they, you know, you look at these quote unquote gurus or these self-help guys or whatever, and these guys are like, oh yeah, beat your chest and do da. To a leader like us, we already know, like, nah, get that guy out of there.
Exactly.
Right? Get that guy out of there. Because this is not about emotions. This is not about feelings. This is about the mission. And the one thing you learn in the United States military before you do anything else, mission first. Ask anyone who served in the United States Army, and you ask them, hey man, finish this statement and say the word mission, and they'll say first.
First, yep.
They'll say first. Now, it takes, so, and let's tie this into relationships, right? You know, like man and women. All this talk about submission, right? I would argue, and I made this argument to a lot of people. Women be like, I ain't gonna submit to nobody. I'm like, listen,
okay.
As a warrior, as a man who is in combat in a firefight, I submit to the leadership. I submit to the officer in command. I submit to the NCO in command. That's how this shit works. Submission is not a bad word, right? Submission takes courage and intelligence. Don't submit to the wrong motherfucker. What's your take on that, bro?
Absolutely. I think a lot of women fall victim to submitting to the wrong person, you know, and leaders aren't going to tolerate a woman who's not going to submit. And the leader's not going to ask you for submission. A leader's just going to be who he is. And you're either going to submit or you're not. If you're not, you're out. If you're going to submit, then you're going to follow that guy's lead. I mean, what's this? I don't understand that. You should ask for what. Why are you asking for submission? That's not how this works. If you got to ask for it, it ain't there.
Yeah.
You know, look, this train's going in one direction. This one. Now you can come, but these are the rules you're going to have to follow. All right. These are my standards. All right. Now keep to those. Everything else can be negotiated. But these core qualities here, these core standards here are unbreakable. I'm not moving on them. I'm not bending them. These core things are a must. The rest, yeah, we can talk about. You know,
see, that's what's up. And then a lot of guys get all mixed up in this whole I gotta be the man. They say you gonna, you know, remember that what was that South Park? Respect my authority. Here's the thing, y'all. Respect is earned.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
Respect is, if a woman submits to you, if a man submits to you, if your business partner submits to you, if your children submit to you, hell, if your fucking dog submits to you, it's because you've earned that respect from that individual. That's how I see it. You can't run around here and talk about I'm alpha, beat your chest and da. I'm gonna exercise my options. I'm alpha. Listen to me. Ain't nobody gonna get behind that, bro. There was nothing to respect there. You have to earn that respect. You know what I mean? When Kevin Samuels would talk about, you know, certain type men get the exercise options and shit like that and to be up front, fresh and fit, you know, Myron from Fresh and Fit, they say the same thing. You need to tell the people up front, if you're messing with a woman, it's just going to be your main chick, quote unquote, and you're going to exercise your options. You need to be a man. You need to be responsible. You need to be a leader and do what Brother Mandrell just said. These are the parameters. This is how it's going to be if you're going to be with me. Huh? And if they say no, no problem. I'm not mad at you. But guess what? They will respect you for it. You got all these men out here running around lying and crying and shit. You're going to be trying to go out here and do these things, lying to these women and running around. You can't respect that.
No. She's not
can't respect that.
She's not going to respect a liar. Don't lie. At least he wanted to see other women. Yeah, he did. And you know what? If you tell a woman flat out, you end up cracking anyway. She'll still crack. You know what I'm saying?
She's still gonna rock. Why? Because she gonna respect you. Like, damn, this motherfucker got some balls on him. Shit. Okay. You know what I mean? I can respect you. I don't like what you're doing, or like I don't like what you're doing. I don't agree with it, but I respect it. Right? Like I said, you got all these dudes, these pretty Rickies out here running their game, running that lying to women. Right. And that's what I'm talking about here. You know what I mean? Like Jay Swans made a post, man, about the videos, man. I had to read this real quick before we get too deep into this, because we're about to go deep into the respect thing and this relationship shit. He was talking about that video, that jump. He's like, they look too relaxed. LOL. All we did was talk shit in the back of the bird. Remember when we jumped out that old motherfucker? Yeah. Well, I called him old. Listen. We used to be in the back of C-130s and C-141s. We would hook up to the anchor line cables, right? We hook up and we get our nice little bite. We got our arms up and everything. We got our static lines, and we start yanking on the fucking anchor line cables, yanking on. So here's the thing. I got a story to tell.
Everybody sit down, please. It's story time. It's story time.
And this ties into what we're talking about with respect and leadership and all that, right? We're on a jump. And Brother Mandrill will tell you this. In the airborne army, when you start getting past the airborne army, rank doesn't really matter that much. Rank doesn't matter. We're into real world shit. Everybody there wearing these wings, everybody got these patches, they earned them. Everyone earned them. Whether you're a PFC or whether you're a fucking colonel, you earned it. So whenever there's a jump, they get what we call the cherries. The people who straight out of airborne school, is their first jump out of airborne school. They got the 5 jumps in airborne school. They earned their wings. Now it's time to come out here and really learn how this shit works. Real world jumps. All your equipment, nighttime, got a mission after the whole 9. So what they do is they put cherries between experienced jumpers. I was an E4, very experienced jumper, very experienced guy with the TAC team. Been on the TAC team for a couple years. I've earned my spot. I got a lieutenant, and I got this E3, second lieutenant in the E3. Second lieutenants, when we're going through briefings, every time you go on the jump, it's a long process. You go through the same shit. And it goes back to what Brother Mandrill was saying. You don't skip any of the process. You go through the numbers. They ain't bullshitting when they say we will teach you by the numbers you will learn. You never skip the fucking numbers. So we're going through the training process. It takes hours to do one jump. We're going through it, and the lieutenant's acting like, he knows everything. Cherry ass lieutenant, and the young soldier is paying attention real close and asking questions, and he's not ashamed. They tell you that the only dumb question is the one you didn't ask. So you better fucking ask these questions before we get on this bird, because you'll find yourself in a situation like we said earlier. You have the rest of your life to figure this shit out, and if you don't have the answer prior to exiting that aircraft, guess what? We go back to zero on that goddamn 82 board. Right, because your ass just died on this fucking mission and we don't get a fucking free vacation. So the lieutenant's acting like he knows everything because I'm a fucking lieutenant and you will respect my fucking authority. All right, sir. He ain't saying shit, acting like he knows everything. Oh, of course. The young kid asking question after question after question, getting it all sorted out. He's getting squared away. Fast forward, we're on the bird. And this ties into what Jay Swans is saying. We act like fucking savages on those birds. I don't know if we're older than you, so I don't know if y'all did this. C-130 jumps especially. We get on that motherfucker. The Air Force used to hate when we got in the back of that goddamn C-130 because we moved so much and we stumped our feet and the airplane would start fucking moving. Like the captain was like, what the fuck are they doing back there? Let's get to the DZ, get these bitches out of here, right? So so there's a part where you hook up those lines, right? Y'all saw that. Those guys had those static lines hooked up and they're doing all this shit. Mm-hmm. Well, within that, there's a gate. There's like I don't know how to describe it, but there's a mechanism that secures your static line to that cable. And it's kind of like a gate. It kind of closes down. And it has this real little bitty safety hole where you have to put this thin, slim piece of metal through it. And then you have to bend it down on the other side, and it keeps that gate from opening, right? It's just this little bitty safety, right? So we're sitting there, we're all hooked up. Now, mind you, that young private, he was all all sheepish and shit, like he was all asking all the questions. He's like us now. He's on the bird. He's fucking screaming, stomping his feet, hitting the side of the aircraft. He's ready to go. Little PV3, E3. Now that lieutenant turns around to me, damn near in tears, scared shitless. That little safety wire thing was all bent up. And he turns around, he holds this fucking bent up shit. We're all standing up, we're ready to jump. He doesn't know what to fucking do. He can't secure his static line to the anchor line cable. He's fucking ready to cry. So I fucking look at him like, God damn it. I let my shit go, I grab it. I take it and I just fucking pull it straight. Grab his shit, put it in there. secured the back of it, grabbed his hand, put it on the anchor line cable, hit his elbow up. And I look at him like, airborne. And he just fucking. Minute later, we're out the bird. Green light, boom, we all go. Right? Now, I never saw that lieutenant again. But he learned a valuable lesson. Your rank don't mean shit. And when it comes down to your life and it comes down to real world shit, right? You're going to have to be honest. You can't bullshit your way through that airborne world. He tried to bullshit his way through all those safety briefings and all that.
Yeah, you can't get on that. All right, you get on that bird. You had some colonels out there that didn't want JMPI. You know what the riggers used to do? Okay. The riggers used to be like, okay, I don't need JMPI. Okay.
Word? That is an idiot.
Now the riggers, I don't care if it's a private and you're a general, the rigger tells you what to do. He runs that DZ.
Yep. He wears a red hat. He is the guy. The riggers are the people who pack the chutes. A JMPI is what jump masters do. Is an inspection to make sure you have all that gear on correctly. It's a lot of shit. You put that parachute wrong. You put that parachute on wrong. Death is the least of your concerns. That parachute, you put that shit on wrong, you go on the jump, you could break your fucking back at 800, 1,200 feet. And then you got to hit the ground. I'd rather be dead than go through that.
Exactly. I mean, but your rank don't mean shit out there. And the thing is, I was like, hey, you going to let him do that, man? He's like, he wants to get on without JMPI.
Yep.
I'm like, okay, subject matter expert, the rigger. Why wouldn't you listen to him? And so riggers would do it. They're just like, okay. And so riggers would fuck with people. Like they throw like M&Ms and Skittles and shit inside the canopy while they're packing the chute. So when it inflates, the candy falls on their head and freaks people out.
Freaks them out. There are little logs, little inspection logs as to who packed the chute and what date. And you're sitting on the bird reading, you open that shit up, and you always have the cherries, the new guys read. Hey, read that log, see who packed that parachute. And they have to sign it, right? They're supposed to sign their name and rank. So you're looking at that shit. It'll be like, Private Aquaman, fucking pack this chute, open up another one. Oh, yeah, I got Specialist Batman over here. That's who packed my chute. You know what I mean? Oh, shit, I got Sergeant Wolverine. Yeah, Mickey Mouse, Wolverine. You're like, what the fuck? They didn't even put their name on this shit. Like, I guess they wouldn't jump it.
How do you know the difference, though? See what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? How are we going to know the difference, though? That's the thing.
It was just so funny because people would get their eyes to get all big. Like, they wouldn't put their name on it. Like, man, it doesn't matter, bro. Either you're going to live or you're going to die. We don't give a fuck. This is the airborne world. And that is how we live that life, yo. So that lieutenant story, it just goes to show you can't fake leadership. You can't fake courage. You can't fake that. He tried to fake that till he got on the bird. And he fucking broke down. He was scared the whole day, man. That's all that was. He was just as scared as that private who was behind me fucking yanking on that cable. And that's why the dude couldn't do the shit in the first place, because he was just scared. The lieutenant was scared. Now, I'm pretty sure he learned that day, and I'm pretty sure he went on to be an outstanding officer. I don't know who I wouldn't recognize him if he smacked me right now. But I just thought that was a good example of how, rank ain't going to get you shit. You have to earn it. When I watch these red pill guys, and I'm part of that world, y'all. I ain't lying. I'm part of that world. But when I talk to these young men, I tell them the same thing, bro. You need to be a fucking man. You need to stop being a male and be a fucking man and be accountable and be responsible, man. Quit blaming everybody else because you're fucking fat. Quit blaming everybody else because you in your mom's basement and you working at fucking McDonald's. No, you're not going to get a baddie. It's like Andrew Tate says, man, look yourself in the mirror. Why would she fuck you? You know what I mean? You ain't in the gym. You ain't no leader. You out here crying because shit ain't going right. Why would anybody want to fuck? You don't want to fuck you.
But DL, that would take effort on my part.
Oh, my bad. That would take effort. My bad.
That would take effort on my part. I got to get in the gym and eat right and go out there and earn some fucking money.
Goddamn right. Y'all done got me worked up. God damn it.
It's up.
Y'all got me worked up. Y'all got me.
How do you shoot women and children?
You don't lead them as much. If they run, they're VC. If they don't run, they're well-disciplined VC.
you gonna do, man? You got a soldier out there bored as fuck. You don't want a bored soldier, man. Not in the combat zone.
Not in the combat zone. Not with all the fucking weapons and shit they give us.
That Joe gonna find something to do, and it probably ain't gonna be nice.
No, it's not going to be nice. Sister Tia has a question. I would assume anyone who's in service has to be mentally strong to some degree. That being said, do you think there is enough support to connect with that mental strength after duty, i.e. PTSD? You want to tackle that one first, bro, and then I'll jump in? Or you want me to start first?
Go ahead.
So here's the deal. That's a good assumption to think that the majority of guys in the military, men and women in the military, are mentally strong. But that's not always the case. You'll have people to come in there, just like that, the movie we're making jokes about right now, Full Metal Jacket. You know what I mean? They show an extreme version of that. You know, Private Powell came in and he just mentally had a break. You know what I mean? He just snaps.
In basic training here.
In basic training, he just snapped. You know, training is intense, especially during wartime. We have to make sure that you are squared away. Not for you. It's for the men and women standing next to you. That's how that shit works. You got to be hood. That's why you hear about the blanket parties and shit like that. The people in your platoon will square you away. If you're all ate up, and ate up is a term for fucked up, it's a military term. If you're all ate up, they will square you away by whatever means necessary. Yes, people will put their hands on you. Yes, they will come around. They will beat your ass. Right? And you know, I'll give you another story. I'll give you another story. I'm not even gonna hit the story time song. I know how much Brother Mandrill loves that story time song. I'll give you another story. There was this kid throwing rocks at the trash can. Right? And this is like when we were going through in processing and basic training. Kid throwing rocks at the trash can. One of the drill sergeants said, "Hey man, don't do that." He wasn't even yelling or nothing. He was like, "Oh man, don't do that. You know, read your smart book." The guy kept doing it. You can't tell me what to do. This is 1990, Fort Dix, New Jersey. So the drill sergeant, I mean, he didn't start screaming and yelling and all that. He said, "Okay, fine, keep throwing the rocks." Called the formation together, got the whole company together, brought this dude out front. This man wants to be an individual. He wants to throw rocks into that trash can. So what we're going to need you to do is help us square this man away. So we need you and the rest of this company to move these rocks. Now we're talking about a barracks, about a half a block long, 2 or 3 buildings. They got all these white rocks in front of it, from like little pebble size up to like almost like a little boulder size, right? Y'all seen this before in those like old military movies. You got these little white rocks in front. Instead of grass, they got rocks in front of the building, right? And we had to take those rocks about a football field distance, you know what I mean, about 100 yards to another building that didn't have any rocks in front of it. So drill sergeant says he doesn't have to touch any rock. Matter of fact, he's going to come with us. We're going to go over here to the chow hall. And we're going to get some Kool-Aid for him and some cookies. But we need these rocks moved. And they went away, right? Company got together. We moved all those rocks. It might have taken us an hour and 15 minutes to move every single rock, every pebble, every boulder, every last one. We had to move all them damn rocks down to the building, you know, like a football field away. Got it done. Got back in formation. Brought the drill sergeant out. Drill sergeant brought that dude out who's nice and clean in his fucking BDUs. The rest of us are just filthy, grimy, sweaty. Got white powder, dirt all over us from these fucking rocks. We get in the formation. We proud as hell. We sound off. They call us to attention. Company, attention. We came to attention. We start screaming, Charlie Rock. We done made this a big thing. We fucking Charlie. It was Charlie Company, but we're Charlie Rock now because of these fucking rocks. Sounded off like we meant it. You know what I mean? Drill sergeant. You know, mission complete drill sergeant. Drill sergeant comes out there. Outstanding job, Charlie Company. I must say, I thought it would take you guys at least 3 hours to get it done. You did it in less than that time. I am fucking proud of you. There's just one problem, Charlie Company. Brother Mandrill, what was the problem?
That was wrong building.
Those rocks are in front of the wrong building. Guess what we had to do?
Take him to the right one. While you was telling the story, I was thinking, Did you make him bring him? Did you make him bring it back? Like they bring the rocks back? Yeah.
We had to go get them damn rocks. By this time, our spirit was broke.
Exactly. He's like all that work, and it's just what?
I mean, we was running everybody. I mean, so it took us about 2.5 hours to get those rocks back. You know what I mean? This is about an hour to get them down there the first time, about 2.5 hours to get them back. They had to put that young private was under guard for the entirety of basic training. If we would have got our hands on that guy, you understand? That was 1990, right? If that shit had happened in the 60s, that dude would have been sent home in a box.
Yeah, they'd have beat the shit out of him.
So you see what I mean? So Sister Tia, these people, they have these mental breaks. Our whole company had a mental break. You know what I mean? Today, that would be considered PTSD because of that. To this day, I'm a 52-year-old man. I remember that shit like it was yesterday, man. Charlie Rock. It's the only thing I remember about basic training, to be honest with you. You know what I mean?
That's the only thing you remember. Yeah.
The only thing yeah.
And since you've been out, like she says, do you think there's enough support to counter with what mental strength after duty, i.e. PTSD? No, there's nowhere near enough support to treat it. There's not enough treatment. There isn't. You go to the VA, there's this structured regiment treatment thing for PTSD that they have. So I guess they're trying, but no. Nope.
It gets better. I think it slowly gets better, but it's real slow.
Yeah, real slow.
Just think about it. Is it better now than it was in Vietnam?
Yeah, because there was nothing during that time. Like absolutely nothing.
Yeah. So I mean, it would be nice if we had elected officials that understood these things, but you got to understand most people haven't joined the United States military. So these problems are foreign. They don't get it. I tell my Charlie Rock story to folks, and they're just like scratching their heads. So I mean, did you guys just get a backhoe to move the bricks? I mean, did you have trucks? What the fuck do you mean trucks?
Yeah, use your hand with your hands.
Yeah, pockets or hands.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You move the rocks.
You move the fucking rocks. Miss Globe Girl, these young men out here do not understand the concept of submission because it's not being explained properly. I agree with you there. I like to hear someone who understands the concept be as vocal as these idiots. Oh, well, you got me here. You got Brother Mandrell here. You know what I mean? We're going to be pushing this narrative. You know what I mean? There are more and more people out there who will step forward because of YouTube. So we'll see how it goes. You know what I mean? We'll fucking see how it goes. But that's a big thing. Leadership. Also, leadership in like business. Like, you know, me and Brother Mandrell talked about this, I think, offline. You know, being a man, being a leader, right? Being loyal, all these things, you know what I mean? You gotta be courageous, right? You have to support one another. You know what I mean? Not just black men supporting black men, but all men, all Americans supporting each other. Like Brother Mandrell and I ain't never met in person. We only know each other from the YouTube streets, right? But I can tell you right now, I feel confident that if I really needed this brother to come help me out, because I got a problem, I got some people out here, you know, threatening my family, threatening my life. I feel confident he'll be down here. He'll tell me I will be there in X amount of time, and I guarantee you he'll be here. Right? I know Jay Swans will be here. I know I'll be there for Jay Swans. To me, this is all part of leadership. You have to be there for each other, man. What's your take on that?
So what, me?
Yeah, on that part, as far as being there for people, being loyal.
Yeah, you have to. I'm sorry. Yeah, doing too many things at once.
Yeah, that's all good.
You have to be. You know what I'm saying? I mean, loyalty goes a long way with me. You know what I'm saying? And it's something I take very seriously. And like you said, we being brothers at arms, yeah, if you had a problem that I can help you with, absolutely I come. I don't know what it is exactly, but I mean there's because I've done it for other service members that I necessarily didn't serve with, you know, but they're veterans, so I help them out. I help veterans get their VA compensation. I tell them exactly what to do because I actually took the time to learn the ins and outs of that whole process, and I know the secrets behind it. So I tell them, hey, we'll do this, do that, and the other. Is this taken care of? Is that taken care of yet? No, we'll take care of that. And make sure they have this, make sure they have it, the whole nine. But yeah, there's and also there's we can relate. That's a part of it. You know what I'm saying? Like for me, it's like getting out. That's a lonely existence, man. I'm gonna tell you, who am I gonna find with shared life experience?
Yeah.
And so
not a lot of us.
And the way I communicate with people is different than what they used to, because like coming off a SF team, you don't really have to talk to one another unless you're shooting the shit. Like, we know what to do. Yep. And I'm expecting you to do your part, your part. So I mean, and we have defined roles. Even in missions, we don't really have to talk to each other. I know where you're gonna be. Like, we train that much, and we get to know each other that much. We get to know each other's families. We remember kids' birthdays and whatnot. I mean, we knew everything about each other. So I mean, when you come out here, you try to communicate in that same way, it doesn't work. It doesn't translate.
It does not translate. And then Jay Swans was saying, if you have to ask for respect, then you already failed. The trick is to earn it and make people want to respect you. That is real talk, brother. That is.
Yeah, it is.
You know what I mean?
And the best part is when you're not trying to get people to respect you, when you just are who you are and people respect you. You know what I'm saying? You earn their respect just by being a good human being, or just being just that dude.
Yep. And like Jay Swans and I, we have a show coming up next week. It's going to be on Monday. We're going to be talking about this subject right here: men versus males in America, the lack of leadership at all levels. This is kind of like a precursor to that, because in the military, you are going to be in command. You are trained to be in charge. Why is it hard to beat America? Why is it so difficult to beat us? Because every soldier out there understands the mission and is capable of getting it done, and they're capable of leading. Unlike in Russia. Russia goes into Ukraine, right? All of their top generals are getting killed in action. What the hell are the generals doing up there? Because once the officers get killed off, the lower enlisted guys don't know what to do. They have no leadership. They have no leadership skills. They just sit there or they run away. So the generals are running up there and the generals are getting killed off. It blows my mind that Ukraine is still standing. How the hell the Russia didn't take that in 15 hours? I don't understand. And I'm not getting into the political part about it. Like, yeah, Putin's bad, whatever. I don't think Russia should be doing it. But Ukraine is putting a foot up their ass. That's like us not being able to take Mexico.
Yeah. Ukraine fighting hard. They've been fighting hard from the beginning, from the get-go. Sounds like he was direct commission. Yeah, some of that lieutenant story of yours.
Yeah.
Owen is a high paid private.
A high paid private. Yeah. That's all going back to the lieutenant story. But yeah, man, I mean, leadership is key in any free society. People keep talking about, and I want to run this by you too. People keep talking about civil war is coming in America because they're unhappy with politics or they're unhappy with their status in life or whatever. What's your take on this, bro? Do you see America, falling into some sort of civil war?
No. Over what? You know what I'm saying? No. We're not going to some civil war, man. That's insane. Over what? What would be the purpose? What are we fighting for?
Who's the enemy?
Yeah, who's the enemy? Aren't we all Americans? I mean,
what are battle lines?
We all sharing the resources. So I mean,
it blows my mind when I hear that.
It's gonna be a civil war over what?
Over what? Because you mad about a president or you mad about this or that? All the politicians are bought and paid for it, so it doesn't really fucking matter.
No,
you know what I mean? Like
the politicians get voted in, like, oh, this country's over. It's coming to an end. It's all coming. How? Like, he's not going to end the country. He's the president. Why would he destroy the country?
He getting paid too. Matter of fact, he making more money off of everybody. No, he doesn't want this to go away. So and you know, and I don't want to get too political, but whenever I talk to somebody who's talking about they're unhappy politically, it's going to be a civil war, blah blah blah. It's all bullshit. It's all bullshit. All I say to them is this: if you really want things to change, we need term limits.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, I think that's like, especially like Congress and the House, six 2-year terms and you're out. 12 years.
That's more than enough.
Yeah, you had time to get whatever you wanted to get done. You had time to do it.
Right. 2 Senate terms again, 12 years. That's plenty. Then you got to sit out for at least 2 terms, and then you can run again. That's plenty. Mitch McConnell has been in D.C. since the Vietnam War. Think about that. He was an aide back in the Vietnam War. He's been in D.C. since 67 or some shit like that. 68. Think about that. He wasn't in the A-Shaw Valley, which, again, we're up to me. Everybody be in the military. I'm sorry. It'd be mandatory military service. It was up to me. How the fuck?
How you gonna tell us what to do if you tell us what to do if you're not willing to die for it?
Not willing to die for it. And if dude, one law we need term limits, and we need one more amendment to the Constitution. You can't be president in the United States if you've never served in the United States military. You can hold any other office, but you can't be president unless you serve. That should be the fucking law of the land. Y'all want this fucking Civil War? Get that done. You know what I mean? Hey, lefties, work with us on the right and work with us in the middle, and let's get those laws passed. Right? Term limits. Right? We need a president that serves in the military. How can you be commander in chief of the most powerful military the world's ever known and you ain't never served? You ain't never moved any fucking rocks. You know what I mean? That should be it. That should be the law. And go ahead.
Rocks, man.
Oh man, fucking rocks.
You're on the rocks, man. But yeah, that's the thing. Certain things stick out to you. Certain things you remember more so than anything else.
Yeah, I'm sure you got a Charlie Rock story. I'm sure you got some shit that happened to you and like, oh, what the fuck? There's some shit you be thinking about to this day. Like, man, what the hell was that about?
Yeah, we was in the barracks and we were getting smoked, right? And this joker made us go and get our Kevlar, right? And I was like, we're in the barracks. We've already showered. We're getting smoked after the shower, right? Getting smoked bad too. He makes us dive into the wall like and get our Kevlar. What we doing with Kevlar? Put it on the ground. Now put your hands on the Kevlar. Put your hands on the Kevlar like this. Put your hands on the Kevlar. He did that. He said, front leaning rest position, move.
Oh shit! On top of the Kevlar?
On top of the Kevlar.
Ooh.
Ready? Exercise. 1, 2, 3. Bruh. Ooh. Man. That was rough.
That was, everyone has a story like that. And even if you don't go to war, even if you're not a trigger puller, even if you don't get deployed, there's so much bullshit you go through in the United States military. Something as simple as, police call. People are wondering, like, and before I get into police call, when Brother Mandrell was saying being smoked is when they make us use like physical exercises and shit like that to discipline us. So when someone's saying you being smoked, they basically make you doing push-ups, sit-ups, crunches, whatever. If you got your rifle, you got to do like, rifle PT until you fucking sweat. They just smoke you. It's just like until you reach body failure, like muscle failure for your whole body. That's what being smoked is. And normally it's because you did something. Either you or somebody in your team or company did something stupid.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So that's what he meant. And then, but police calls may get all the soldiers to make them all line up, put 2 arms out, arm length apart, and you just start walking. And you got to pick up anything that's not growing, anything that's not natural. So you got to pick up cigarette butts. For us was every fucking where, any kind of litter, fucking straws. You know what I mean? Fucking used condoms, whatever the fuck is out there. And no, they don't give you gloves.
No, you don't. No gloves. Nah. Do I have to touch it? Yes. Yes, you do.
Yes.
Get that shit off the ground.
Police call. Fucking sucks.
The cadres out there. We're not leaving here until someone picks that up. And it's, bruh, they were animals.
Fucking savages, bro.
And I had that most sarcastic dude, man. He asked us a question one day, and then one kid answered it, and he's like, I forget what the answer was. He's like, I forgot what the kid answered, but it's one of those things that stick out of my mind that I remember. He said, All right, now let's hear from someone who's not a total fucking retard. That part stuck out to me. He called this kid a total fucking retard.
Total fucking retard. I'm sorry. Nowadays, it's like I don't identify, or they're like, you know what I'm saying? My feelings are hurt. Man, boy, we need to go back to the old school way of training. You feel me?
We need that. We need that. And the thing is, it's toughen people up. Like, people used to cry, and I didn't understand people who tried to kill themselves. I'm like, it's just basic training. I don't want to be here. I don't.
No.
I mean, hey, it ain't that. I don't have to kill myself to get out of here.
But we all got through it, and we were better for it, and it toughens.
Yep.
Again, going back to being a man, going back to leadership, right? Duty, courage, honor, all that means something. That's all part of the process. There is no nice way to train you to go kill other humans. There is no nice way to do that, people, and that's what they're training us to do. They're preparing us for war, right? There's no nice way to conduct war. War is messy. And they used to tell us this. I don't know what they told y'all, but they told us this all the time. You know what I mean? Like, if you're lucky, you'll be able to die for your country in a loud and grotesque manner. I don't want to do that. I want to make the other guy die for his.
Right. I got smoked in boot camp for my 21st birthday. That's what you get for signing up so close to your birthday. See, he's in the Navy.
It's your fault.
Tommy B was in the Navy, which means he's not that smart. You know.
Oh, so when you got smoked for your 21st birthday, they just made you get out the car. You had to walk 2 blocks to the barracks. Was that the smoking?
That was the smoking for the Navy.
That was the smoking.
Yeah.
You only got one half of the popsicle. You couldn't have both halves. You got smoked. You only got the one half of the popsicle.
Yeah. He was yeah. So I got smoked for my 21st birthday. You're in the Navy. Nobody's smoking you.
Bro, did they make you pick up rocks? That's what I want to know. You got smoked for your 21st birthday. Did they make you pick up fucking 21 rocks and walk the motherfuckers all around the shipyard? Because that's what I would have made you do. Like, the Army ain't no joke. And then my brother Jay Swans, Smack used to smoke the shit out of me and used to turn and walk your ass back to the other direction. F you. Smack was one of the guys in our unit who went to ROTC, not ROTC. He went to he got a commission. What's the other one? Not Greens to Go, but officer's candidate. He went through OCS, became an officer, and came back looking for Jay Swans. I had already gotten out, so he couldn't find me. But Smack was one of the guys on my team. Went away, became an officer, came back. Not just officer, went Ranger school. He went tab, not scroll. Went to Ranger school. We were already airborne. Came back, and he's a great guy. Shout out to Smack. One outstanding dude.
You said Navy, not Air Force. He's talking to you. Yeah, that's the airport, really. The teal smoke me, not my petty officer.
That's what's up, y'all. So I just wanted to get that in there. I'll give you the last word, man. We've been out here talking shit for an hour and 40 minutes almost, bro. But we got to touch on leadership. We got to touch on relationships. Is there anything else you wanted to touch on before we wrap this up?
Yeah, the getting out, man. Like, since you've been out, they're not worried about it. You know, I'm not worried about soldiers being able to earn a living or anything, man. But the mental health part, like, I hate seeing people on the street, and they're veterans. You know what I mean? Having a bad go of it like that. Now, I understand some people on the street, they're not veterans at all, but they claim to be just to get the sympathy plea. You know, but there's a shortage of mental health help for real for vets, and that needs to change. For real. I mean, there's no guaranteed jobs for us. There's no guarantees of anything. You get really no help. You kind of like, all right, see ya. Even for me, like, that's it. Yeah.
That's it. Mr. Special Forces, Mr. G.I. Joe. Thanks for your service. Bye-bye. Like, wait a minute. I got shit swirling around in my head here. Like, I'm not done with that last mission. It's still up here.
Right.
So how would we go about making those corrections? Is that something we got to do at the national level? Is that something we do at a local level? Do we do a little bit of everything?
Both, to be honest. Because nationally, you know, the government ain't gonna help for real. The government's answer is to throw money at it, except for things that matter. Throw money at any problem except the ones that matter. And what I mean by that is doing the right thing. Government's not. You can't depend on the government for anything. Like, in my opinion, we should get free health insurance for the rest of our lives.
for vets.
Yeah, period. Well, you do have that. The VA.
You go in there, boy. We'll never see you again. It's like what we was talking about before. What happened to Mandrell? He went to the VA. Oh yeah, I guess he's gone to Tahoe. He's gone to Tahoe now. If he went to the VA, we ain't never gonna see him again.
Yeah, but they learning how to interact with people, stuff like that. Like I still to this day have trouble with it. When I first got it, I had a real problem with that. So I just kind of kept to myself. You know what I mean?
Certain shit ain't gonna change, bro. Like the heightened awareness is never gonna change. I can tell you that right now. I'm pretty sure you like me. You can't just look at any situation and not analyze the fuck out of it. Look for tactical advantages. You just can't. You're not gonna sit with your back to the door. You know how to get in and out.
If I do sit with my back to the door, it's a trap. I can see a reflection somewhere.
Right, I can see the reflection somewhere. You're constantly scanning. You're constantly looking at people. You're wondering questions like, why is he wearing a coat? It's too hot out here. You know what I mean? Why is that guy? Why is this hoodie so big? Why is his hands underneath the hoodie and not in the pockets of the hoodie? There's certain things that won't go away because that's just programmed in us. That's never going to go away. But Brother Jay Swans is saying here, and I've been helping him out with this. He was like, bro, we need a veterans party. We need a veterans political party.
Yeah, we do. That'll be a good idea.
We need veterans. Yes.
I told people if we ever got in charge, y'all would fucking hate life.
Just for a little bit.
Yeah.
Just for a little bit.
Y'all would hate life until you adjust it.
Yeah, elect my ass.
Yeah, until you get. I tell people, you're lucky. People like me aren't in charge. You're so lucky. You want me? Yeah, you'd be a good president. To some, yeah.
Shit, you don't want me in charge. You don't want me in charge. I'll have Congress moving rocks back and forth between the Senate building and the Capitol building until we get fucking term limits. Now keep moving them fucking rocks. Keep moving them fucking rocks until we get a vote. Bring that shit to my desk so I can sign. I want to sign this into law. Term limits. But we need that though. Again, that boils down to leadership. And I'll make you this promise, bro, and then we'll wrap it up. On the local level, if you ever want to do something like have an event to maybe raise some money for a veterans organization or for some vets who may need some help, I'm a stand-up comedian, right? And I have access to stand-up comedians, and when I mean by that, I mean any comedian on the planet I can get to, right? I spent 15 years plus in that business, while I was in LA. I know a lot of people. So if you want to do something, have an event, I'll be more than welcome, more than happy to help. Bring some people in there, have some shows, raise some money for a great cause, and then I would rather do it that way because all that money will go direct to whoever we're trying to help, as opposed to raising the money and giving it to an organization and it just disappears. Like it normally does. So I think the answer to the question is, how do we help veterans? How do we make a change? It starts here, right? It starts with us. It starts with you out there, right? We have to come together. Like I said, like people like Tia Kiki and Miss Candace and Brother Michael and DL Saint, all these people from the red pill side of the world talking to, Suzette Speaks and, Miss Globe Girl and Miss AKA Lady, all those people from the quote unquote blue pill of the world. We come together 3-4 times a week on this platform and we talk and we exchange ideals and we get along just great. This is what we need to change the world. This is what we need to change America, right? We got to come out of these bubbles that we find ourselves in, and we gotta sit down and work together to common goals, because that's what we did in the military, right? I served with motherfuckers who were out straight up racist. I served with them men, and guess what? They left that place better men. They're like, the stuff my family was telling me about all black folks being lazy. Well, I know it ain't all black folks because Louis got his shit together, right? Mm-hmm. I might be the only one, but they'll be like, at least
there's one.
At least there's one.
So people said, I never seen a black person until I joined the army. I was like, what? The only place I seen him was on TV. You never saw a black person with your own eyes, other than television, until you joined the army. Nope.
Never said hi.
And see, that's dangerous to me. That's sad and dangerous. You have no interaction with your fellow. There will be no Civil War people, even for people who's like that. Even those people are starting the Civil War. I mean, come on.
They just talking shit. So, right. But yeah, they just talking shit so they can hear themselves talk. But that's my take on that, people. That's where I'm coming from that. I think if we really want to make America better, YouTube is the way. The internet is the way. We need to come out of our bubbles and talk and work with one another. And we can do that. We can do what needs to be done. We all know what needs to be done, right? Nancy Pelosi been in D.C. way too long. Mitch McConnell's been in D.C. way too long. These professional politicians got to go. We got to vote them out. We need term limits. Get rid of them. Get rid of Citizens United. Take that dark money out of politics, and you will start to see a change. That's my personal opinion on that. You know what I mean? Brother Mandrell, man, thanks for coming on, man, and sharing these stories. Hopefully you didn't say anything too classified, man. I don't want these people knocking on my door. Don't chloroform my ass.
Yeah, I didn't. I didn't know. Thank you for having me. Thank you for having this discussion. And a lot of people don't understand. Like, I'm misunderstood. I've been misunderstood since I showed up on YouTube. People used to think I was a woman hater. I'm like, what makes you think I hate women? You know what I'm saying? But it's a way that people can't relate. You know what I'm saying? Like, the way I talk to people is very direct and to the point and blunt. And I don't put any sugar on it. Why does he talk to us like that? He hates women. No, I don't. I just look, you fucked up. You fucked up. Fix it. You know? Why is he so mean? Huh? What's mean about what I said?
Nothing. This is how the fucking world works. Don't get mad at us because the military, we were able to be born again hard. Don't be mad at us because people got to order us to pray.
Pray! This is my rifle. There are many like it, but this one is mine.
Don't be mad because we were born again hard. Brother Tommy, thank you for the sub. I appreciate it, man. I'm glad you enjoyed the show. We're finished talking shit. Trust me, you're going to see Brother Mandrell back on here. Whenever I see him in the chat, I always drop the link. I only drop the link when he's in the chat,
right.
because I always want to talk to him. Hell yeah, veteran.
Should have used that one. I'm thinking now.
Yeah, that should have been the one we used, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? All I got to do, man, just for real, though, he keeps it 100. Brother Mandrell keeps it 100. Don't fuck with him, right? If you get wrong, he's going to come and find you. He's going to tell you this.
You are part of the Rebel Alliance and a traitor. Take it away.
You don't want to fuck with him. There he is right there. Right? So all you need to do when he reaches his hand out, you just need to accept it.
Join me, and together we can rule the galaxy as father and son.
That's all you got to do.
That's right.
When he reaches out, join him, and together.
Rule the galaxy as father and son.
So, we're done here, man. Thank you so much to everybody who was in here. Everybody, I can't even name everybody. Thank y'all so much for being here. I'm DL Saint. This is the DL Saint I Really Want to Know podcast, man. And I'll talk to y'all later.
Darn, that's the end.
Peace.